Here's a question from Jason that can be solved with Zapier. Jason says, we run a small B&B and the confirmation emails from our web booking engine are not so great. Wondering if we could somehow send those emails to a Campaign Monitor account and parse them for basic details, check-in date, first name, etc. Then fire off a Campaign Monitor transactional email. A long shot, I know, but thought I'd try. And all of this is possible using Zapier and their special email parser. So in this tutorial, I'll walk you through everything. First, in your inbox, you're going to want to have the email that will act as a template. So here I have the email confirmation that gets sent. And now that this is in my inbox, I'm going to go to parser.zapier.com and sign up for a free account. Once you do that, you'll see this screen. Then we're going to click Create Mailbox. Now you'll see Send an Email to, and you'll have an email address. I'm going to copy that, and now I'm going to forward this confirmation email to that email address. So paste in that email address, and then click Send. Okay, that's that. And now back to this screen. It's refreshing, and yes, it got the email that I forwarded. And you can customize the email address. I'm just going to leave it as is. So here we go. This is now the template, and we are going to pull out those details that we want. The first thing is first name. So I'm going to highlight the first name, and I'm going to name this selection. And I'm just going to call this first name. No spaces, no underscores, all lowercase, and we'll click Save. We look forward to welcoming you. And so we've got John Smith, and let's say we want John Smith's email. And so we are going to, let's just call that email, and I'll click Save. And let's keep looking for other things. I see the departure date right here. So let's pull that out, and we'll call that, we'll call that departure date. And we'll save. And I'm not seeing anything that explicitly states the arrival date, but here's the first night, and maybe we'll just call this arrival date. And this, of course, will depend on the type of email that you're using for your template. So we have first name, email, arrival date, and departure date. And that is good enough for now. You could look through and find other little pieces of information that you wanted to use in Zapier, but this will be good enough to explain things. Now we're going to scroll down, leave this alone, and we'll just click Save Address and Template. All right, go create a Zap in Zapier. Now let's try using this app in Zapier. Before we do that, let's make sure we've got our transactional email set up here in Campaign Monitor. So I've got one here, test email for Zapier demo. I'll open that up and show you what I've created. Pretty straightforward. Subject line, test email for Zapier demo from Reagan Starr, my email address, and here in the content, I'll click on Edit Content. This is just a template that I pulled from Campaign Monitor. And once it loads up here, we'll see, Dear Guest Name, thank you for choosing to stay with Hotel Fiji. We have you checking in on check-in date and out on checkout date. Now these things can be anything. They don't have to match what we did earlier. And so we've got these three things, and we also pulled out the email so that we know who to send this to. So that's going to do it for what we need to do in Campaign Monitor. Now let's try putting them together in Zapier. So I'm going to make a new Zap. For the trigger app, I'm going to search for email and email parser by Zapier. Trigger on a new email, save and continue, connect to an account, and now select the mailbox, which is this one right here. And click continue. And we have sent at least one recent email, so this should work. And it does. View your email. And if we scroll down, let's hope to see the correct things being pulled out. We've got arrival date, departure date. I did not mean to put Sunday in there. I think I just wanted September 4th, 2016. But we've got John and John Smith at gmail.com. So let's actually try to edit this on the fly a bit. We'll click Edit. And let's scroll down. And let's cancel. Let's see what that does. Or, how can we edit this? Previous departure dates. Well, maybe I would send that email again. So I included Sunday in there accidentally, but we'll let it fly for now, just to show you how it works. But I might delete the mailbox, go back and start over. Not quite sure how to, actually I could probably, yes, here's what I'll do. I'll copy this and delete what I had. Whoa! Wait for it. It'll happen. Give it time. Put the cursor there and delete it. Sunday. There we go. And now we're going to call that departure date. Scroll down, click Save Address. Now we're going to edit and see what we've got. We've got Sunday. All right, that didn't save. Stay with me. We'll get there. Departure date. Save. Save address and template. Maybe that's what I didn't do. And we'll try editing again just to see if those, and yes, it was saved there. So now we're getting the dates. So that shows you how you can edit once you've made some changes and save them. You just delete that yellow bit and add in the template text again. Now let's see if we can retest to see if that worked. And let's see if Sunday is being pulled in again. And it's not. Excellent. September 1st, September 4th. John, okay, excellent. Sorry about that. And continuing on, for Choose an Action app, search for Campaign Monitor. For the action, send smart transactional email. Connect to an account. For the client account, Reagan Star, smart email ID. Test email for Zapier demo. 2, here we go. Click on the insert a field icon. From the new email in step 1, parse output email, johnsmith@gmail.com. There we go. Skip the CC and the BCC. Add recipient to list. We'll skip that. Guest name, John. Check-in date. And again, now these are being pulled from Campaign Monitor. Check-in date, scroll down, down, down to parse output arrival date is what we called it. And checkout date, scroll down, 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 parse output departure date, and click continue. Now, this is what we would test in Campaign Monitor. Now, I only have a trial account in Campaign Monitor. It's not an app that I use all the time, but this is what would be sent. We've got the content in Campaign Monitor already. All we need is 3 variables, guest name, check-in date, and checkout date, which we have here, John, September 1st, September 4th, and being sent to johnsmith@gmail.com. All 4 of those things came from this email parser template that we set up. And again, variable names don't have to match up. So if we would test this, it would fire off that transactional email, and then that would work. And the last thing you would do is in your email provider of choice, you would set up some type of rule to automatically forward on confirmation emails to this email address. So that way, every time you receive that confirmation email that you want to use the data from, it automatically gets forwarded on to this email address, which will then parse it. Once this Zap is on, it will all happen very, very magically. And so that's it. A little bit of effort to get this template set up. That's probably the hardest part. Whoa, approaching recording limit. I better stop, better turn it off. We're going too long here. Okay, I'm gonna cut it off there. So there you go. How to use Zapier's email parser to pull out those pieces of data that you need.